Today we're talking Rogaine, otherwise known as minoxidil. This has been an essential part of my hair growth routine and regimen for the past 6 years, and I want to share with you my experience using this treatment, all the ups, downs, and all the things that I know now that I would have done differently with this treatment that would have even prolonged the time that I've gotten my hair transplant. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump right into the video. To give you some context, my hair loss started back in 2016. I was only 19 years old at the time, and this was the first picture that my friend snapped of my hair loss. And when I saw it, I literally couldn't believe it. I thought maybe I just had a bad haircut, a bad hair day, and eventually it would fill in. Weeks turned into months, and that bald spot was still there, and at that point I knew I was facing male pattern baldness. This was absolutely devastating to my confidence, being so young at that time, being in college at the time, and I knew I had to do something about it. And I did some research online, and I stumbled upon Rogaine, and I started using it religiously as if my life depended on it. And after the shedding phase and all, I actually got my hair back. This is a picture of my scalp. Pretty much my whole crown filled in, and I thought I was good. I was like, hey, we finally fixed the balding area. It was probably just a temporary thing, and the minoxidil helped me fix it. I think it's about time we're good to go, and I discontinued using the treatment. And that was probably the dumbest mistake I made. Shortly after, a few weeks later, I was just checking up on the bald spot, and that bald spot appeared once again. And so after I hopped back on the minoxidil to try to fill in that crown area, and I was like, hey, this time I'm really gonna stick with it, and once the hair comes back, we're gonna be good to go. The second time I did it, it didn't fill out quite nicely as it did the first time. The effects were definitely slimmer because the balding had progressed much worse than when I had spotted it initially. At the same time, I didn't notice because I was looking at myself in the mirror every single day, but the temples on my hairline also started receding, and I didn't even know about it because of how gradually it was happening. And being barely in my 20s and looking like I'm in my late 30s was almost like borderline embarrassing. And I was like, hey, we need to do something to amplify the minoxidil. And after running around in circles and trying a bunch of different treatments just to end up with the same result, in 2018 I started using finasteride. As I continued using the min and fin treatment, my hair growth definitely got better, and my hair loss came to a point of stabilization where it wasn't bad, but you can still see my crown, and obviously those temples, once they're gone, they're pretty hard to bring back, just using minoxidil and finasteride, because those treatments are mainly intended for the crown. So it was mid to late 2018, I got back on the hamster wheel, looking for more treatments, looking for more options, and I tried literally everything in the book. And my hair loss situation didn't seem to improve, but in hindsight, it had stabilized at that point. And so at that point, I had a very toxic relationship with minoxidil. I thought it wasn't doing its job properly, but it actually was by helping me stabilize my hair loss, but I thought I could do better. So in the times of me trying all these different treatments, my consistency of using the minoxidil was definitely on and off. I would use it maybe a few times a week. Some weeks I would skip it, some weeks I would definitely do it religiously, but I thought I was doing all these things. I was like, maybe one had to hit and I should be good. The only thing that was consistent during that time from 2018 was the finasteride. So all of that plus the natural progression of my hair loss led up to this point over here. So basically my crown situation wasn't improving at all. On top of that, because of the inconsistency of using the minoxidil, I started to notice my hair thinning on my mid scalp, and obviously the hairline and the temple situation wasn't getting any better. So that's when I opted in for a hair transplant in Turkey, and I took you guys throughout the entire journey. And honestly, after doing that, my hair right now is the best that has ever looked in my entire life. But in hindsight, knowing what I know now, I wish there were many things I would have done differently that would have helped me preserve my hair for a lot longer. And if you're thinking of starting your journey with minoxidil, these are the things I would recommend for you to ensure that you're able to maximize your hair growth using this treatment. Minoxidil is a treatment for hair loss, not a cure. And treatments require consistency, just like you waking up every day and brushing your teeth. It has to become a part of your daily regimen. And you may be like, hey man, that's BS. Why does it have to be like that? Well, let me ask you this. What else is your alternative? Even if you get a hair transplant like I did, I still have to stay on these treatments to keep the hair that I have so I don't lose my native hair. So if hair is something that you value, using minoxidil as a daily part of your routine and regimen is essential for you to keep the hair that you have and stabilize it, and best case scenario, help grow it back as well. Number 2, using a DHT blocker ASAP. So the job of minoxidil is to simply stimulate blood flow to the scalp or the balding area, and also extending the anagen phase of the hair cycle, which helps with hair growth and supports the longevity of the hair on your scalp. But regardless of how much minoxidil that you use, without getting to the root cause, which is blocking DHT, it's almost like filling a bucket of sand that has a hole at the bottom. No matter how much sand that you put, because there's a hole at the bottom of the bucket, it's gonna all fall out. And despite you doing this treatment, it's not a long or sustainable plan to help you keep the hair that you have and help you regrow regrow the hair on your scalp. You can start by using 1 milligram of finasteride. I've been taking it for almost 4 years, or even I think 5 years, but I haven't seen any side effects. The side effect profile from this drug is pretty slim, but obviously I'm not a medical advocate for any of these things, so definitely consult your doctor before you go ahead and proceed with such a medical treatment. And if you don't want to mess with prescription drugs because of the chance of the side effects or whatever your reasoning may be, I have a solution for you later on in the video. Number 3, start microneedling once a week. Did you know that minoxidil is only up to 30 to 40% effective because of this lack of absorption rate? By combining your minoxidil treatment with a microneedling device, this will create micro wounds to the scalp, increasing the absorption rate, and as a result, increasing its efficacy, giving you literally double the hair growth than using minoxidil alone. Over the years of me sharing my hair growth journey with you guys and all the things that I've done to try to get my hair back, I found out that I wasn't alone, and there's a lot of you guys who are going through the same thing, if not worse. And after talking to many of you guys one-on-one and reading your comments, a common concern that I've seen is around this bad boy over here, which is the finasteride. And a lot of guys are afraid of taking finasteride because of its side effects, and although the side effects profile is slim, placebo in itself can be convincing enough to make you believe that you're having some of these side effects. And I've personally heard from you guys having ED, low libido, depression, anxiety, and I was like, whoa, this is some really scary stuff. And I've heard it from multiple people, and I was like, hey, the side effect profile is pretty slim. There's no realistic way. It could be that, or it could be the placebo regardless. So I know this is definitely a big taboo that people have against using it to defend their hair loss. So last year I decided to take it upon myself for everyone struggling with hair loss, and most importantly, I wanted to create a solution for my past self whose self-confidence was absolutely shattered because of his hair loss and didn't know where to go, because the internet is a huge and confusing place, because one person will tell you to do one thing, there's another person telling you to do another thing, and it can seem all very overwhelming. And I just wanted to cut all the BS and get to the sauce. So I teamed up with industry-leading chemists, and after testing hundreds of samples and formulations, we launched Girlplex, a two-step system that helps you fight and reverse hair loss minus the side effects. In the kit comes Vitafoam along with a medical-grade scalp roller. Vitafoam is a minoxidil-based formula with natural additives that help block DHT, provide nourishment to the scalp, and support fuller, thicker, and healthier hair. Think about it as Rogaine, but way better because of the natural extracts in there that actually help block DHT and stimulate new hair growth. And the scalp roller that comes in the kit is a 512 titanium medical grade scalp roller that is intended for hair growth on the scalp, not the generic ones that you'll find on Amazon that are intended for your skin or your beard or whatever. This is intended for hair growth on the scalp. Using both of these together can help you double the hair growth compared to just using Rogaine alone. And the best part is, if you don't want to use finasteride to block DHT, there's still DHT blocking properties in here that won't give you the sexual side effects that we're most afraid of. If you're using minoxidil right now, or you want to start minoxidil but want the added benefits, definitely check out the Girlplex hair growth kit. I'll have a link to it in the description below, along with a discount code for watching this video. So with that being said, it's been quite a journey to get up to this point, all the ups, downs, and everything in between that took for me to finally get my hair back and hopefully keep it with the treatments I'm doing now. And I'm glad I was able to share it all with you guys and give you value along the way on what to do with your hair. So if you guys found this video helpful, let me know by giving it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, subscribe, hit the bell. Until then, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.